Welcome to Bible Storytime, and thank you for joining us today as we explore one of the most powerful and inspiring events in the Bible, the story of Ruth and Naomi. Long ago, during the time of the Judges, a famine swept through the land of Israel. In desperation, a man named Elimelech, his wife Naomi, and their two sons left their home in Bethlehem and journeyed to the distant land of Moab, a foreign nation with foreign gods. It wasn't easy, but survival demanded sacrifice. In Moab, tragedy found them. Elimelech died, leaving Naomi a widow in a strange land. Her sons later married Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth. But after 10 years, both sons died too. 3 women stood in the shadow of grief, bound by loss. No husbands, no children, no future. They shared silence that only mourning understands, and tears that fell like rain over a forgotten field. But even in sorrow, decisions must be made. And Naomi turned her face homeward, toward Bethlehem. Naomi heard that the famine in Israel had ended, and she rose to return to Bethlehem. As she started her journey, she turned to her daughters-in-law with tears in her eyes. "Go back, each of you, to your mother's house. May the Lord show you kindness, as you have shown kindness to me." Orpah wept. She kissed Naomi and turned back toward her people and her gods. But Ruth would not leave. Her voice was steady, her words unforgettable. "Do not urge me to leave you or to turn back from following you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if anything but death separates you and me." So the 2 women walked the dusty road to Bethlehem, one bitter, one brave, but both held by a quiet hope. When they arrived, the town stirred. "Is this Naomi?" the women asked. She answered, "Do not call me Naomi. Call me Mara, for the Almighty has made my life very bitter. I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty." But Naomi was not empty. Ruth was with her, and sometimes the most precious gifts come wrapped in unexpected people. It was the beginning of the barley harvest. Ruth asked Naomi for permission to glean in the fields, to pick up the leftover stalks the harvesters left behind. As if led by an unseen hand, Ruth found herself in the field of a man named Boaz, a kind and respected relative of Naomi's late husband. Boaz noticed Ruth. "Whose young woman is this?" he asked. When he learned she was the Moabite who had shown such fierce devotion to Naomi, his heart softened. "May the Lord repay you for what you have done," Boaz said to Ruth. "May you be richly rewarded by the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge." He told his workers to protect her, to leave extra grain for her to gather, and invited her to eat at his table. Ruth returned home to Naomi, arms full of grain and heart full of wonder. Naomi's eyes widened. "Where did you glean today? Blessed be the man who took notice of you." When Ruth said the man's name was Boaz, Naomi smiled for the first time in a long time. Boaz, she explained, was a kinsman-redeemer, a close relative who could marry Ruth and restore their family's name. Later, in a bold and humble act of faith, Ruth went to Boaz at night during the threshing season. She lay quietly at his feet, a gentle gesture asking for his protection, his covering, his redemption. Boaz awoke and was moved by her character. "You have shown great kindness," he said. "Do not be afraid. I will do for you all you ask." Boaz, a man of integrity, went to the town elders the next day. He made everything right, following the customs and laws. Then he took Ruth as his wife. The Lord blessed their union. In time, Ruth gave birth to a son. Naomi, once bitter and broken, now held joy in her arms. The women of Bethlehem said, "Naomi has a son." They named him Obed. He became the father of Jesse, who became the father of David, who became the ancestor of Jesus Christ. From a foreign land and a faithful heart came a thread in God's grand tapestry of salvation. From the ashes of grief rose a legacy of redemption. A Moabite widow became the great-grandmother of a king, and from her line would come the Savior of the world. This is not just a love story. It is a story of unwavering faith, of loyalty that refused to let go, of a God who redeems even the most broken chapters of our lives. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more timeless stories from the Bible brought to life. And remember, even in your darkest hour, love, loyalty, and faith can light the way forward.